sometimes it's like when we don't have, because like fuel and like the bus, and then when it is hot, like sometimes it's like you get too comfortable being like, hey, for our own safety and whatever, just like staying put and just kind of like, rinsing off yourself, washing your clothes in a like Amish style. And it's like
Yeah.
now that there's no generator, I genuinely like I literally was like walking with the battery, like everything, and it's like I don't even mind doing that
Yeah.
because, and this is what's I feel like gonna manifest, especially for you too, dude. There's just so much that like we
Yeah.
could get into of like targeted survival guide,
111,
you know?
sister, on the time.
Wow.
Yeah. The fitness stuff definitely paramount. Like moving the body, because emotions is it's energy in motion. So what you can transmute a lot of negative energy very quickly just through a simple getting the blood flowing, a workout, a walk, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever you can manage that makes sense. Just to challenge oneself, get the blood flowing it's literally how you're going to manifest things. It's that simple. It really is that simple. You get the body moving, you get the emotions, which is energy in motion. You can process things easier, purge it from the body, from the physical avatar, and then you're all of a sudden it gives space for other things to show up. Because once Ash and I started popping back in here and doing this stuff again, like working out consistently again, or at least like she's doing the workouts, I haven't been like doing anything particularly crazy just yet, but like getting there.
Agreed. I agree. Plus, it's like an act of self love, taking care of your vessel, taking care of your body, and like improving it. Even your diet, you're eating right, you're taking care of yourself. 11:11 on my clock right now. You're getting stronger mentally and physically and spiritually when you fucking take care of yourself. You don't have to go be some
Right.
bodybuilder, none of that shit, but take care of
Right.
you. 100%.
Yeah.
And the big thing too is like when, okay, so as this is the targeted what is it like to be targeted? Like, okay, part of this is a narrative that's being painted. So if they want people to think a certain thing about you, well, if you look like you fit the description,
Which is why they say and do that.
there's certain things that are going to happen to you along the road. If you're honoring your body and you're, unapologetic in the pursuit of bettering oneself, your body will not that this is the most important thing, but what we're stating here simply is that the body will reflect what is being consumed in any way, shape, or form. So that which you are consuming becomes you. And so it's pretty hard to paint a narrative if you got a fucking six pack or you're able to do whatever, do a 5K or a 3K or whatever the hell you're doing. You can't say that if you're drinking spirulina, which tastes like shit, but and you're drinking water. It's like you can't say, you can say what you want, but it's not going to stick.
But also what
Exactly.
Taylor, I scrolled by Taylor yesterday. I quickly like heard what you had said. Like for people that, if you don't have a six pack or whatever, it's like what you said, just getting up, making your bed, like making you have to show up for yourself, and the universe is going to see you show up for yourself, doing one small thing at a time and letting that build up.
Yeah.
And that's literally everything.
Discipline.
It's
When a narrative is being painted about you, be disciplined.
Yeah,
Okay? Be disciplined.
because that's also, it's like how they say, like I feel like every inspirational video is the universe loves hard work. And for me now, and even before like I met Alex or whatever, that's I kept going to the gym. I kept waking up earlier and earlier. I would get there at 5, 4:30, 4, 333. And it's like when people are being paid to follow you, I'm like, no, we're all going to work hard.
Yeah, you're
And
all going to put
now,
in that work.
yeah. And now it's to the point where like me, like I didn't even care walking from the campsite to the gym. And Alex is like, I don't think you realize how far that is. And it's like, no, I'm literally calling in my justice. I am reaching out into the universe and I'm fucking grabbing it. And I'm going to work so fucking hard physically because I don't know what else to do. And for anybody else, like when you're in this position and you don't know why you're being targeted, you don't know what the fuck to do. Work on you. Work so fucking hard physically on yourself that you are just going to be amazed at what comes to you, because physically you're lifting yourself up in the 5 fucking D, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
You're bringing tears to my eyes because I've been screaming this at the top of my lungs from my platforms for fucking ever. And I was just going to say, what's your perspective on, before we get to your note card, but what's your perspective on people trying to get everybody to stop targeting them and prove your innocence versus actually fucking working on yourself?
Yeah, if you
Because
remain
it's like,
unbothered,
if you
yeah.
don't, sorry, I'll be quick, but if you
No.
don't
Oh no, you're good.
No, do it.
work on you first, you're going to go out there looking and being told that you're crazy left, right, back and forth, which is just going to beat you the fuck down, dude. That's all that
Right.
happens when you try and go outside of yourself to get this shit to go away. Okay, I'm shutting up now. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like literally, okay, first of all, no one's opinion of you should ever matter more than your opinion of yourself. Period, point blank. It doesn't matter who it is.
And that's why the targeted
Ever.
experience is a blessing, because you're going to be forced into not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck. That's honestly, and that's why I was going to make a video. I'm so glad you said that, Taylor, because I was going to make a video and say, like, anybody that's being targeted, you're not going to, like, obviously get it, but you need to say thank you, because you're now in a position to where you have no choice but to not give a fuck what anybody says about you. So what does that mean? You have to build yourself up. And for the people that, like, you know, because everybody's been there, if you're getting the desire to take yourself out, you need to realize that's a spiritual attack. People are making you feel that way, and they're doing sick, like they're doing energy work at you. Also watch The Hereditary on Netflix, and it'll paint a better picture. That to me, just anybody that has removed themselves from the planet, who was in their life, like all of that needs to be looked into. I'm getting off track.
But yeah, either way, yeah, I definitely would just say that when someone's trying to say things against us, you know, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Okay, we aren't here to convince anybody of anything. You're here to expose it,
Right?
talk about it, obviously have the communication, because there's more people that are dealing with this than might even be aware of it. Okay. But once it is in your awareness, you see the pattern, you see the signs, you know what to look for. That's when you need to start taking initiative and not asking permission to do things, because of how deeply involved it is. And then when you, again, like we're talking about the whole fitness thing, when you honor yourself, it shows.
Yeah.
No one else can take it from you. Your physique is a status symbol that speaks on your behalf in service of you without you saying a word.
When you
It's just,
respect
okay, well,
yourself, people will
exactly.
respect you. That's a
Yeah.
big
That's-
thing.
That's the thing. And people can say, I don't judge. When you are physically fucking fit, because I have been every single size. And when I was in like 6th grade to like 9th, 10th grade, I was like, that was like my chub stage. You know what I mean? It's like transforming your entire body and like being in the best shape of my life. And not that you need attention, but you will be amazed at how people, you can see and feel people automatically respect you because you're in better shape than they are. They see you physically, they can see in real time that you care more about yourself than they care more about themselves. You know what I mean? Like, wow, like they're literally like, if I put in that work, I could look like that too. Like you're inspiring people. And
Do
no
you
one's
ever
gonna tell
see
you.
people that are like wildly successful out there that do not take care of themselves?
Absolutely. People who are very good with money, but are just like, they dress super nice. They have, you know what I mean? They, yeah, dress nice, have a great job. They've done everything like on paper very responsibly, but you're too fucking lazy physically to get up and, but you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm the opposite. I've always been very like living life on my own terms. with money. So I feel like people look at me and they're like, she's an idiot. But it's like everybody's got something. And I think that's why, again, we're all here to help each other. The physically fit people, you know what I mean? Like we can all help each other with how to succeed in different areas of life.
Yeah. So basically, in short, like we kind of went into the physical stuff, but yeah, it matters. What you're putting into your body matters. This being targeted, I mean, you don't want to give the enemy ammunition against you. So don't do things that are going to hurt you. And if you think, if you know that someone else is already trying to destroy you, why would you self-destruct? Don't give them an advantage over you.
Right.
So honor, it's self-love, self-respect, self-care can look selfish to people that aren't willing to see, from the perspective of, oh, okay, well, I'm no better than anybody, but I deserve to honor myself the way that others are too. And once we shift our perspective and go, okay, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I'm going to transform myself, and then all of this is going to just kind of culminate into something very positive and beautiful and inspiring. That's all I care about. Like that's all that should matter. Other people, if you're inspiring people, that opinion matters. That's good. Everything else, fuck it.
And it's like all sizes are beautiful. This isn't like us being like, you gotta be in great shape, all that. It's like, no, like you gotta do the work for you, and then you're gonna feel you just enter a whole new realm.
Keyword is self, man. It's
Exactly.
like it all starts with you. You want love,
Yeah.
you want respect, you want all of these things. You have to give it to yourself first. You
Mhm.
And
can't
it's
get
not,
it
again,
outside of you unless you give it to you first. Self.
exactly. And it's
It's
not
time
like,
to get selfish. Because when you're so
yeah,
selfless, what happens to you? You're
you
selfless as
give too
fuck. You're
much.
giving to everybody, doing for everybody, and they fucking try and take you out of here, bro.
Yep.
Mhm.
You
It's like
stretch and stretch and stretch until there's nothing.
God
Mhm.
throws you into fucking isolation so you can be selfish as fuck and pour
Yeah.
into you. You
Yes.
Yep.
got to get out of that victim mentality and get to fucking work, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Period.
That's fuck yeah, dude.
All right. What you got on that card?
Okay. So this is crazy. Because we've talked about this, right? And I feel like we're literally, I don't even know which one to start with first. So I saw a video. Okay, I'll start with my old roommate. I saw a video yesterday, like I literally prayed. I'm like, please, like, because I saw a video of somebody recommending this, like, pray for your ancestors, your angels, your spirit team. Say a prayer to let them take over your algorithm before you look at your phone. You know what I mean?
I like
Universe,
that.
I need to, like, just show me whatever I need to see. So I'm seeing somebody, a reader I never saw before, and she, like, her videos are hitting, right? She said somebody poisoned themselves and said that you did it. And I thought back to my roommate. I thought back to all Alyssa Gerard out of Agawam, Massachusetts. Literally, not only is the entire world going to know that you put yourself, your child, all in harm's way to make me look like a horrible person, you're also lying about your child's father. You also are projecting onto me, and you did the same things to your own adopted mother. Dude, so how perfect is that? She's poisoning me. She's pretending to be me online. She's sending my nude photos from my hacked phone on my behalf to other people. She's earning compensation to make fake profiles, like OF, whatever. And then she's so fucking, you gotta make it. How do you seal the deal? You're gonna drink a little bit of poison, go to the hospital, get a test, say it was me. So why was I never arrested? Why was I never arrested? People are obviously going to like look into this because there's her son, whatever. There's different factors of who could have did it, but that would make sense why the entire town of Enfield, Connecticut, guys all together, Enfield, Connecticut, the way, like how they gawked at me like that, why at grocery stores they jumped out of the way, why parents literally screamed to their children to get away from me. And it's like that when I ever heard that last night, it felt like such a blessing. It was like I needed to wait this long to get that final piece. You know what I mean? And I just think that's absolutely wild, but makes so much like you got me good. Because then when you were actually poisoning me and I'm trying to scream to the rooftops, my
Nobody
own
believes.
family, everybody, nobody's believing me because she already went to them with the hospital thing, test, right? Hospital results or whatever. And then I'm thinking of like my own twin, and then everybody now lying to themselves. Why did Ashley ghost everybody? Why doesn't she talk to anybody? You know exactly why. You all know exactly why, because it's like everybody's doing favors for a paycheck so people can earn a bigger paycheck,
My
right?
phone, I got to tell you this, just dimmed out. And I saw your comment on Facebook about the sunglass effect. My phone just
Somewhat, yeah,
completely dimmed out right now. Go ahead. Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt you. I just had to tell you that. Go back.
No, no,
Sorry.
no. So that to me was like anybody, and not only this, guys, like I know you guys get it, like none of us talk to anybody, whatever, but for me, she spread this around to everybody. My Instagram was hacked in 2021, so it's like you have legitimate fake proof that I poisoned you, and then it's like you're pretending to be me, also showing that to everybody in my life. Me, unbeknownst to me, my whole family wants to take finances from me that I don't know about, so they're not gonna believe me, right? And it brings me to this story. Sorry to just take over the chat,
No, go.
but
Please. Go.
and it's like I haven't even Taylor, this is how I know like everything is coming to an end because I literally at night I'm so tired from like physically working out, but I can't fall asleep because it's like people are freaking the fuck out. When
Mhm.
people are thinking about you and they're freaking out, you can feel it. And it's like I literally haven't even slept
Dude, I have the worst
and
anxiety. It's so bad. It's not my energy.
it's not.
I relate.
It's not. So,
Oh, just so everybody knows, we do have a few people in the chat that are popping off at the mouth. Not any if it's obviously positive, but there was a couple people in here that are like, "Oh, people yapping, yada yada
Are we
yada."
surprised?
Yeah. So just real quick, anybody that's in here just watching to like try to talk shit, eat a dick. Your mom's a hoe. No one ever cared about you.
yeah.
I don't value you or your whole fucking bloodline. Okay, we love ourselves. All right, in this chat.
And yeah,
And
call
we
your
love
mouth.
all the support that comes in here because you know what it is, you know what real is, and we don't give a shit about bitch energy. Okay, take that little dick energy and scoot on out.
But
All
it's
But
right.
we
also
do
about
appreciate the algorithm boost. Thank you so
Yes,
yeah.
much for helping the
definitely.
channel grow and the message get out
Yes,
there.
we
Thank you.
will definitely appreciate and transmute your shitty dick, little dick energy. But toodles, have a beautiful day and fuck your mother. All
But
right.
it's also like keep that same energy. You know how many friends of mine, like the fact that this is why I think is so funny. My old roommate like must have gotten an absolute field day just like making my whole family think that I'm a danger to society, right? And a pervert and whatever, like my stepmom, whatever. I literally got uninvited from friends' weddings. I'm no longer friends with friends that I had since high school, over a decade, right? Like these people wanted to believe this. I'm so embarrassed for everybody. I've never been so embarrassed, and that's coming from me. And we're ready for my stand ups of everything that's embarrassing about me. I will reiterate way funnier than you could ever fathom. But it's the fact that I literally was uninvited from weddings and everybody just jumped to believe it. And it's like, that's you. Like that's to me, like again, these people aren't working on themselves. Maybe if you did actually like go to the gym, move your body, do anything to benefit yourself, your vibration would have been high enough so you could have seen through that low vibrational bullshit lie. But like that's the thing too is everybody is vibrating at such a low frequency that all like to them that is reality. And to me, I've been like energetically wise, I'm not like I'm above everybody. It's like no, like when you vibrate at a high frequency, you're genuinely not understanding certain things because it's not on your frequency, right? So I was telling X the other day, and then you guys go, but I just wanted to share this story because again, just trying to preface like why I don't speak to like any family members, this and that, like how, you know, my dad, brother-in-law, uncle are Freemasons and like there's obviously Eastern stars involved. But I was telling Alex about this one day from work. I was driving to work when I worked for my uncle, right? My dad's brother. And it was because I was already sabotaged so bad post my roommate. that I had to work as a mover, which is fine because, again, I enjoy the hard physical work. But it's also like people thinking that I'm so fucking stupid. Like my uncle and coworkers making subliminal jokes to me, like right in front of my face, basically letting me know that they heard the false narratives that my roommate's telling people that like I'm either gay or whatever, which nobody cares, but I'm a hetero. And it's like, no, like saying all these things. And then there was one specific day, it was like a week before Christmas. I'm driving to work and I made a video about this. So I kind of want to clip this and then go find the video that I made about it. But I'm driving to work and I got boxed in by troopers, dude. Picture just being on the highway and they just roll up right next to you, right in front of you, right behind you. It's pouring raining. Troopers right behind me. He's literally like, he literally could breath on my fucking car. And for a few miles, they followed me. I get to work. Mind you, my uncle, who's my dad's brother, my papa's brother, their dad, was a state trooper for Connecticut. He gives me a Christmas card from my Nana. He's like, oh, this is from your grandmother. It's in a state police envelope. The morning that I get followed, boxed in by all these troopers, my uncle, and he was like all like, like giddy to give it to me, saw right through it. And for the rest of the day, I couldn't even fucking look at him or talk to him. And every time he did, I would just stop and just stare at him like right through his soul. And he knew that I knew whatever the fuck this like, we're gonna try to throw this in your face. This is my form of entertainment by letting you know this is all going on. And he thinks I have no idea, handing me this envelope. And in reality, I'm like, I can't even believe, like, that was just my confirmation, everything that I thought. So, me being me, I literally texted my Nana and I'm like, hey, like, you know, just saying that there was some sort of misunderstanding. I'm being brutally sabotaged, whatever. All she said was, I'm going to pray for you. That's it. And I literally was like, okay. And this was after I had already tried speaking up to my dad in 2021 when I was literally being hunted in Enfield, Connecticut. I'm like, hey, dad, I get how this sounds. I'm just letting you know, like, these are my suspicions. This is why I think my roommate's saying this about me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, Ashley, I really hope you get the help that you need. And it's like, once everybody finds out, literally, once everybody finds out what my own family tried to do to me for money and like my ex and this and that, it's like, wow. Just wow. And this is for anybody that's being targeted, you have to trust yourself. If you feel like the things that are going on around you are so fucking crazy that you can't speak up about it, don't. Document it, record videos of it, post it online. Don't tell the people around you because they're guaranteed going to be paid to gaslight you, keep it a secret from you. And it's like just the fact that I worked for my uncle as long as I did, and the jokes that he made and this and that, like for so long. And it's like everybody wanted to believe this because of what you all are doing. You have grown accustomed to doing satanic rituals, boning all your friends, this fucking sausage party. That's what I think Masons do too. They
Oh,
target, high
guaranteed.
vibrational. They what?
Guaranteed. They all fuck each other. Yes.
No, they absolutely do. And it's like but they're stealing energy. It's the energy. This is why narcissists are bisexual most of the time because it's not about the actual person that they're attracted to. It's like the demon in them can see the frequency and they
Mhm.
have to sleep with you to get that sacral energy. So it's like, that's why, dude, that's why literally there were multiple times my ex wanted to have like a quickie before being with my sister and my brother-in-law because him
So
and
we
my
could take your
brother-in-law
energy and share that
were
shit.
boinking and they were sharing the energy. Yes.
Yep.
And it's like, thank you guys. I had to let that off my chest. And I felt so grateful last night that it just really is like the simple fact that God will shield you from the truth until you're ready to receive it. And I never put that together that my roommate she absolutely would have poisoned herself to be like, oh my God.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, you are the saddest human being I have ever met. And I just want to formally congratulate you on being the dumbest bitch that had ever lived. And it's like, guys, And to my family that believe, guys, you all wanted to believe it. You hate it because you ain't it.
Can I
Literally.
say
And
something about this whole thing for you? So you were just talking early on about how, you got into the best shape of your life, all of these things, all these people that believe this nonsense about you, they were in competition with you the whole time, dude.
Yeah, I had no idea
They
they
wanted
hated
you to
me.
lose. That's why they were
Yeah.
so gung ho on jumping on this bandwagon. And I have like the same experience of how could you even believe that? You know
They
how
wanted
could you
to.
even believe that about me, you fucking weirdos? You know what
yeah,
I mean? And it's because they were always a hater. Always,
Yeah.
always a hater. And that's why God literally did remove them. You got uninvited from weddings because they didn't deserve to have you there. Not
Well, and they were all
anything wrong with you.
Masons.
They didn't deserve for you to be there. Nobody,
Right.
none of them ever again.
yep.
And they will
Dude,
sit
and I
with
was,
that regret for the rest of their lives, especially when all the truth comes out and everything gets exposed. It already is, Ash. The truth's
yeah,
already coming out. I don't even
like,
care.
yeah, like Taylor, like it's exposed. Like this is, we are already in the timeline. It's fucking amazing.
That's
Like
why they're
it's literally,
shutting down your platforms and planting trash outside your. They're desperate, shitting outside, dude. They're shitting on the ground to try and make you look some type of way. Like, no, the
Literally.
desperation stinks, bro. You guys look like fool. They're the ones looking and acting crazy at this point. You've been
yeah.
grounded and balanced through this whole thing since I've known you guys. They're
Dude,
fucked.
I still have
Under.
that video that you made saved to my phone. You duetted one of my videos. I'll have to post it, but you duetted one of my videos. And Taylor, I bawled. I saved it and I watched it like 10 times. But I was like, and it took, I was so glad it was that video too, because it took such fucking balls to just say specific things that my family members did. You know what I mean? And it's like for the longest time, I even being around them, I knew who these people were. I knew I couldn't say anything. And I finally got the opportunity to just say it, and you duetted the video, and I was like, I'm very aware of how I look, and you were like, no, this is how you look. And it was just such a sweet video that I'll have to post it.
I remember that.
But it's like like these people don't care. Like mind you, like again, if you're being targeted, you're not these people, like you're not their first victim. They're not expecting to be brought to a complete stop. And for me, like, just like even my stepmom, like, that was the other point that I wanted to make. My dad made me move in with him, get the COVID shot. My stepmom asked me to move out a month later, but I'm pretty sure it was because they wanted to make it seem like I was like disabled in the noodle and they were like taking care of me. Like my roommate said what she said, so it's like, okay, Ashley's had a psychotic break. She's poisoned her roommate from the trauma of her ex or whatever, right? And it's like she's now doing this, this, and this, and it's like just the way my again my own twin would like hint at things, asking me like, "Oh, well, what do you think when you're around me?" And I'm like, "Your energy is nervous. Why are you nervous?" But it's like you didn't even want to tell me. Everybody wanted me to just go down, but it's like to take the finances away from me. And it's like my own dad. And I remember telling him, like, he was like, I just hope you get the help that you need. And I was like, you need help. Like, you don't want to see your own child win. My stepmom, it's because literally, again, when people are so overtaken by parasites, like literally in the physical, everybody needs a parasite cleanse. We need to educate more people about this as well. And, but it's like it takes over your whole nervous system. They're now just like in the greedy money mode. Everybody did this for money and nobody cared that I was just going to come off. Let everybody would have gotten pleasure seeing me completely just out of my mind. And that's what they did to my mom. And my mom doesn't even know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, like, my mom, like, I just look like the biggest dickhead for leaving her too. But it's like I was telling Alex, like, and I'm so sorry to even cry, but I was telling Alex, like, when my mom would drink, I overheard you. My grandma's God rest her soul, she's dead now, but my mom was just so like fucked up and it's like a literal demon taking over her body. You know what I mean? And I heard her on the phone like to my grandma and she's like, "Oh my god," like just saying all these random untrue things about me. And it was like a literal demon. My mom was not there. And she's like, "Mom, I really just feel like she's gonna like stab me in my sleep or something." And that's literally right before I met Alex. And I've been waiting to say this because I'm like, why the fuck would you even say that? Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, Ashley's literally I've never ever seen any tendency of kind of any kind of violent anything ever.
And when I
Ever.
have been,
Like,
like, I like admit to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's another story for a day. But like, I don't know. It's just like, but like that now indicated to me, like her saying that, she obviously believed that I allegedly poisoned my roommate. Why would you think that I'm going to physically harm you?
Well,
You know?
there's a lot of your mom's a drunk, right? An alcoholic.
Yeah. So
She's
she's
low
just,
vibrational. I
it's
guarantee they
demons.
attacked that connection between the two of you with black magic. Guarantee
Yeah.
it. And I got to point this out to you because this is important, but you're breaking the cycle she couldn't, Ash. Hence,
Yeah.
generational curse breaker. They did it to your mom. She didn't croak maybe like they hoped, but obviously she wasn't able to heal from it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are. You are the one that's
It was
breaking these patterns, healing these wounds. And a lot of the trauma you have was probably just generationally passed down to you, you know? So you're not
for
only
sure.
healing your own shit, but you're healing the shit of everybody else because they couldn't. And that's why your past been as fucking hard and brutal as it's been.
But it's also, like, coming to the realization, like, even as a little kid when my mom like, because I knew now I know they were doing spiritual attacks, right? It's like I knew as a little kid that my mom, because she would be drunk and she would be violent, so it was like an every night thing that she would bust into our room and just, like, wail on us, and I knew that it wasn't my mom. I would look into her eyes and I'm like, "This isn't my mom." Her eyes were completely black. And they would do and now it's like the death spells make so much sense because my mom would always try to like off herself, but she would do it in a way and present it in a way that she was going to take all of us out. She's like, when everybody's sleeping, I'm going to go downstairs and start the car, like start the car with the garage closed so the smoke
Oh
kills
my
us all.
God, dude.
But like, dude, like there were times where, and I'm like, so I have to just come out with this because, and I don't want to like hurt my mom, but because this is like how serious the spiritual attack is and how people like people need to be aware of this of how people are able to summon demons and like summon energies that aren't physically here. But my mom would literally be like, um, I'm gonna wait till everybody's sleeping and I'm gonna go start the car and we're gonna wake up in heaven, like we're all just gonna be dead. And it's like, I'm so sorry to even like do
Ash, let
this
it
right
out.
now, but
Don't be sorry.
it's it's just like there were times where like I literally would wake up at 3 in the morning to my mom being so hammered she was stumbling down the stairs, and then we just heard the car start. And me, my brother and sister were like, fuck, dude. So like we literally just kept going downstairs, opening the garage, shutting the door, and been like, fuck you. Like picture little kids just pop like hitting the open, whatever. And it's just crazy, dude. I just and you know what? I've been keeping that in for so long, and this is the stuff that I wrote about. I wrote this all down. I wanted to write a book about my life, and my laptop died right before I went on a first date with my ex, and it's everything that I experienced for anybody that knows what I'm talking about, because so many of us do in the sense of being abused, and everybody's abused in different ways, but this was literally meant to shape you for right now. And that's why I'm just if I had to live my life all over again, I literally would because I literally learned so much as a little kid, and it's so funny because I would always pray to God. I just knew that my life was gonna get better, and I knew that this like, none of that mattered, you know what I mean? Like, somebody literally beating the shit out of me, but it didn't matter because life was gonna get so much better, and then I grew up, and now I'm targeted, so it's like it makes me laugh when I think about it like that, but it's everything that's coming now. And if anybody that like, I just, I don't want people to see this in real life and like say anything to my mom or whatever, because like her sister is like a total like skits pillhead and like loves torturing her in weird, like, psychological ways, making false police reports on my mom and this and that. And it's like, no, like, my mom, people did rituals on my mom. My mom was one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. And it's like all of Meriden, Connecticut, I don't know. It's just
You know, my
art.
mom is too. My mom is one of the most beautiful people that I have ever seen. And she was almost targeted in a way as well when we were little. I gotta tell you, because you're not alone in this. This is where
No,
your
please.
mom, my mom couldn't break the cycle. They couldn't heal, right? And we're doing what they couldn't. But my mom and my dad. So my dad abandoned my mom when she was pregnant with my little brother. I was 3. He just left her. Crazy that when they did everything they did to us, that's what happened to me and my family. My kid's dad just abandoned me, dude. Boom. So it's like the cycle's there. So, anyways, instead of my mom choosing to heal and face her demons, she got into another connection with this guy who had a crazy obsessed ex-wife, jealous of my mom. They beat my little brother almost to death at 1.5 years old. I mean, they broke his leg, both of his arms. He has permanent bald spots on his head. They punched him so hard in the stomach, they split his intestines in 2. My little brother was never supposed to live. He was never supposed to walk. And then he was never supposed to be normal. He is a miracle by the grace of God to this day. But anyway, my mom got blamed for it. The entire town was ganging up on her. The guy and the girl were stalking her in her job. Like, she ended up getting put in jail. He got freed on his charges. They freed him. Her lawyers gave her advice to leave. She never showed up to his court, and they couldn't prosecute him. It's like, and then ever since then, you know, my mom just has never been the same. My dad ended up raising us, and it was just a pattern that she didn't know how to heal from. But she tells me all the time that she relates to the, like, ways that the attacks are coming in because she experienced it. And it's like there has been this curse over my family. And if I wouldn't have chosen to heal after I went through everything, had I ended up staying in like that druggy lifestyle, God only knows what would have happened to my children because of it. And they were telling everybody that I was this abusive mom to my children and I was neglecting them. And like those are the charges that my mom got pinned for. It's like they were spell casting that with all of their lies and slander. And if I wouldn't have chosen to heal, the same cycle probably would have repeated on my children, and one of them would have got hurt. It's fucking wild.
It's, dude.
It's wild. So yeah, you are just breaking the cycle that your mom couldn't because evil has plagued your family for generations and lifetimes.
But that just shows too how much like the frequency literally of the earth has raised. How like just spiritually tapped in so many of us are. And that was never like our parents' generation, you know what I mean? And there's so many factors to it. I was just joking around with somebody. I'm like, yeah, well, like they're all eating like a lot of like canned, you know what I mean? Like when it's like predominantly canned and
Processed anything.
processed. Thank you. Processed and just like I think there were more like the meats and stuff were more like a lot more slaughterhouses than the free range like bullshit. There's so many factors to add into like what our parents and grandparents were taking in to like make sure everything was just nobody was breaking through
They accepted
the illusion.
the box.
Right.
Is really what it was. Like simply put, like they accepted the structure that was presented to them with very little question in place.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're noticing now a profound difference in the way that new generations coming in and previous generations frequency raising, where we're going, oh, wait a minute, we need to start asking why certain things are taking place. Is this education or is it indoctrination? I think we all know the answer to that.
Right.
Is this really safe medicine or is it actually just petroleum based bullshit that the Rothschilds and Rockefellers pushed you? These are not conspiracy theories, these are conspiracy facts. The truth is coming out every day. And now we have generations questioning things, not only questioning it, but standing up against it. Not only standing up against it, but really powerfully, strongly speaking about it and going, not this time, not any longer, not ever again, not in my fucking place, not, you know, not while I'm here and breathing.
Right.
You know, so It's just it's a very big, we aren't allowing these particular things to take place anymore. Here's why. Here's where you failed to do your job, and here's where we're successful in it. And we aren't shifting that, and we aren't allowing anything else to happen. So the rigid thinking of the box is fucking gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is that time where, okay, the curses that were on all of our families, which is what it is,
Right.
over bloodlines. This is documented, everybody. So if you
Yeah.
want to look at me and say whatever you want to, feel free to do so, but ignorance isn't the best look. So pay attention, do your research, okay? Deep dive like most of us have, and really take a look inward and go, oh shit, these things are actually documented. There is scientific evidence of spellcasting, what the CIA and all these other things are doing, what bloodlines are looked into. This is legitimately documented by the CIA released documents, FBI released documents. This stuff is not a joke. So when we're talking about bloodlines and curses and just the essence of families being plagued by shit, and then someone in the family going, hey, I'm the black sheep, I'm not even dealing with this bullshit anymore. I've been expressing for decades, hey everybody, let's have a talk about this.
Yeah.
This is still unhealed. I don't care to just see you once a year at Thanksgiving and Christmas and pretend like we're fucking hunky-dory while there's pedophiles in the family. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if I had to endure this trauma and then there's my baby cousin showing up at the time, and then I go, hey, by the way, you're allowing her around the grandfather, my mother's biological father, who molested my mom, broke the whole family. I mean, like, just getting, I won't go too deep on that just now, but what I'll say is that all this shit happens for a reason. And if you see something, you say something when you are in the position to do so. And then the fact that the fucking I'm losing my train of thought. So the generational curses that we all just let happen, we're standing up now. We're standing up for it.
Yeah.
We aren't letting it happen. We're asking questions. It is documented. You aren't gaslighting anybody anymore. You aren't going to call them crazy anymore. You want to say crazy? Provide works cited documents as to why you think I'm crazy. Tell me I'm fucking wrong, because I'm not a liar. Call me a liar. I'll come in with facts. You want the receipts? Let's go. Okay? We come ready. You know what I'm saying? This generation's not fucking around anymore. You want to know why I talk like this? Because I was real timid before. Because I kept my mouth shut before. Because I was everyone's doormat before. Because I spent 14 years trying to see the good in my biological father, who's a drug addict and an alcoholic. I'm not saying that against him, but his decisions to go against me after I kept him out of prison for $98,000 in back child support. And then you raise a fist to me 2 weeks later after I spent years trying to find you, being abused by my stepdad, only to find out you knew where I was the whole time, bitch. You don't know my resilience in the way that a child can love a parent, even when the parent wasn't a parent and the child was the parent, bitch. That's why I talk the way I do, because I'm the man that stood the fuck up. Anybody wondering what kind of man talks the way I do? I saw the prior comments. That's why I talk the way I do, because I walk the way I do to talk the way I do. I've been and done it. Okay. I've been molested. I've been raped. I've been assaulted. I've been hurt. I've been stolen from. I've been gaslit, blasted across the internet, completely had everything stripped from me. And then I walked from it because I said, if you're going to take it from me, fuck you. I'll drive the knife in deeper into my heart. I'll show you I'll survive it. I'll come all the way around, and then you'll get stabbed with the knife that you tried to send at me. You know what I'm saying? This My point is, I'm passionately saying that the curses end with us. We are standing up. I don't give a fuck what you think about how I talk. I'm not saying it in front of children. Okay? Time and place. Be mindful. We're adults. These words exist for a reason. The words you say matter. It is spell casting, spelling. And if you want to have, and hey, anybody that wants to, if you want to talk shit or anything like that, feel free to do so. Make sure that you're willing to show your face on the camera, because we'd love to invite you. Okay? We are not people in this chat that think we're better than anybody. We're better than the previous 5 minutes ago. That's it. Everything else is, I will not tolerate bullshit.
This is an open invitation to any of our ops that would like to come on here and do a discussion.
Show your
Come
receipts.
face to face with
Be
us.
ready.
This is an open invitation, including my own.
Yeah.
4444 when I said
Be
that.
ready.
But we are open to face you
I've been
face
waiting.
to face on the internet in open public in front of everybody. Bet you don't show
Because
up.
if you don't have anything to hide, you'll show your face. I have yet to see it in over 5 years.
Have you noticed that? Like, none of your ops say anything to you. They can talk about you to everybody else. None of my ops have ever came to me and like called me out for anything.
Never once.
Never.
I've
Not
never once gotten a call from my brother.
Like Ash.
I've never once gotten a call from any of them.
Exactly. Yeah. Did you ever get confronted about supposedly poisoning your roommate? Did anybody ever tell you, like, hey, you did this, you fucking rotten B word? No, they fucking didn't. They never said it to your face because they always knew deep down it wasn't fucking true.
Right. Everybody knew.
They,
it's like,
town,
but that's also,
they all know.
But that's how much power and money is involved in this, to where everybody can afford to be paid off.
Yep.
That's what's crucial here, right? And it's like, again, that's why you have to trust yourself and trust how your body feels, no matter how crazy what you're telling yourself. You know what I mean? Like, why does it feel like XYZ?
Yep.
And it's like, and for me, I didn't even come out and say any of this on TikTok. Like, I sat with this stuff for years. People think they're presenting me as like this big kook that's like just spatting off at the mouth. It's like, no, I waited. I had confirmation dreams. I had other confirmations. I knew what the fuck I was talking about. And then when I felt like called, it just came right out of my mouth.
Yep.
And I think too, I actually was going to say this when we were talking about it before, but it's kind of like the chosen ones. It's basically I feel like why we're also being poisoned. You know what I'm saying? Like with the government and everything like that. They're making sure that anybody on the autistic spectrum it's almost like their goal for them to be like nonverbal, because it's like these are people who are not only vibrating at such a high frequency. None of us either. Like, we don't feel the need to lie. Like, we just tell the truth. And to, again, demons, people that are just masking who they are to get everything that they want and just move up to where they want to be, not caring who they have to just use and abuse to get out of the way. It's like people like us would never do that. And it's like the people that actually have a soul and a heart and empathy, they have to just make it so your physical form is like you physically can't express or have people see what's up here, you know? And I was just telling a friend about her son, and when I was waitressing, I waited on this guy and his son was autistic, and it was just like, dude, I'd never gotten a download of like who these people were in a past life, and it blew me away, Taylor. Like, I was in tears. This boy was like 11 or 12, and the dad was just so handsome, and it was like getting the download. Like, I've never seen a little kid. He was very vocal and like making like noises, like his body was making movements, but when he actually spoke to me, he was like a little adult. And with how he spoke, and I literally was like I'm probably gonna cry again, but the way that the dad was just, it was like it was just them two in the restaurant, right? His son was like kind of like making movements, but like he kept speaking. It's like him speaking and then would have like a spasm or whatever, but he kept going, and his dad didn't flinch, didn't look phased, didn't look at anybody around the restaurant. It was just them two. And it was the download that I got was like, this kid is having such a hard time in the physical because of who he is. He was literally like a king in a past life, and his dad was a servant. And that he was actually very good to his dad, right? And now in this lifetime, his dad is taking care of him. You know what I mean? And his dad was just, and I've seen him with both parents. The mom and the dad were just beautiful. They were all beautiful people. And I'm like, getting all of that, like rushing to me, I was literally so emotional. And I was trying to tell coworkers that, but like they obviously didn't get what I was saying. But and then we came across another friend of ours who same thing. She told us some of her life story and she blew us away. And the way that she checks up on us and
Mhm.
she has an autistic son too, and I literally was walking into the store and it was like getting the download that I have to tell her about that waitressing experience because it's very much the same for her, and I didn't get all the details, but it's like people who have autistic children, your children are so just monumental, and it's almost like they're living in disguise.
They're superheroes, like
You're
literally,
literally,
like
yeah,
literal superpowers, dude. Like,
they're literally living in disguise, and it's up to us to take away all these factors, the food, everything, and everybody, like we all have to get each other to our best potential. And that's what these demons, the elites, that's what nobody wants.
you ever notice how like there's like labels that are neurolinguistics is what it is. Autism, it's literally, to me, one of the most beautiful things, seeing people that came to Earth. They knew exactly what their purpose was. They said, I'm not going to limit my avatar in any way other
Right.
than going from A to B as fast as possible. So, like, meaning, okay, like there's one gentleman that's autistic on TikTok, and he's able to cite any day in history what the day was, what the month and year was, all of that, right? Because of there's meaning that there's spiritual growth in the human avatar that society is limiting and calling one thing when really it's superhuman. It's actually an evolution. You're thinking, oh, they aren't talking in some cases. Oh, they aren't speaking to me. No, they're probably speaking to you telepathically. You just aren't catching up to them. Imagine that
Right.
unusual frustration that you're so ahead of the curve that you came here and you're around people that they think that they're on the outside of the cage looking in, right? Proverbially, like just a poor example, but like they think they're on the outside of the glass looking in, examining, but really that you're here to be as pure and like clear a vessel
Yeah.
that you could possibly. But yeah, that's for me, that's what I believe in. Like autism is just absolutely people that came here and they said, you know what, I've got a particular job to do, and that's the particular thing I'm going to be good at. And it's raising the vibration, it's being authentically me. I'm not filtering myself. I'm going to like process things at a rapid in a rapid way, while everyone else is worrying about whatever everyone else is thinking, feeling, doing. They're just like, okay, I'm good at this thing. I love this. I'm hyper fixated on it. That's what I came here to do. God, that's beautiful.
Right.
I How beautiful that is to
That's
be so
so powerful.
focused.
I have never looked at it like that. Thank
That's
you for
that's what
Right.
I
sharing that.
feel.
And
That
it's for any parents that have and it's like we're not medical professionals, like I get it, nobody has to believe what I say, this is, you know what I mean, but like I genuinely feel that it's like the more basically the more of kind of piggybacking what you said, like the more just you look like you don't belong, you don't fit in. It's like almost like that's like the older your soul is. Like picture being in heaven and it's like you know exactly how your life is gonna be, and everyone's like, oh dude, that's gonna fucking suck. And you're like, oh, it's like we're all hyping each other up. Like, you know what I mean? Like for us, like I say like all the stuff that happened to us, and we're like, okay, like let's do this. So it's like families, I just I feel for parents who have autistic children because it's like, remember, if they're embarrassing you in the store or whatever, it doesn't matter. And it's like these are tests for you. It's like God is giving you the opportunity to show you, hey, look at everybody, like, you know what I mean, making you feel uncomfortable doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
And we
something
have
wrong
to,
with the people that are doing that, not y'all.
yes.
yes,
It's
yes.
nobody's getting why he's saying that because he's already, you know what I mean? Like we're the like he said, like we're literally on the outside and we don't get it.
Because it's you're going because like from my lens, I'm going, well, for me, if with society, it's like, well, you said be yourself. well, I showed up as myself and you said that wasn't good enough. So so then I dimmed myself down and that still wasn't good enough. You don't have that issue when you're authentically you.
Right.
So like the thing here for me is like that what she's expressing is this whole thing in the targeted and all this or whatever. There are things that are happening in the world and society, and it's breaking what we call normal. I don't think normal should even exist. I think everyone's special in their own right, but you're bringing something to the table that's waking up those around you, and it's you're not supposed to be fitting in. You're supposed to be standing out.
Right.
Too many people to be fitting in. I don't care for it. This conformity shit is not where it's
That's the
at.
problem
We
with
need
the
to be
world.
unique and exactly.
Have you ever listened to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale? It's
Mm-mm.
30 minutes. I'll text it to you. Listen to it.
Okay.
It's really good, but he talks about that's the problem that with the world is conformity. Everybody
Mhm.
trying to be like everybody else.
Yep.
Or
Who
or
is that?
or
E. Cummings?
I can't remember.
It's the world is doing its best night and day to make you everybody else, or in a world that's trying to make you everybody. Basically, like it's stressing how hard it is to be authentic. It's the hardest battle any human can fight, to be you.
Yeah, more people are afraid of public speaking due to the opinions of others than they are of death. That's fascinating. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? You would
Take me home
die
any
easier.
day. No.
You'd pass on easier than you would to be your true self.
And
It's
that's
it's
why
wild.
God allows us to go through these experiences, cuz Ash, you touched on that earlier. You have to learn how to not give a fuck what anybody thinks about you.
Yeah.
How
Right.
can you serve your God-given mission here? Impact, awaken, and make change when you're too scared to be seen and shit. So you have to go through these terrible fucking experiences. You have to experience everybody, the humiliation, everybody believing all this shit about you that's not true, having no
Right.
love, having no support, because you have to learn how to be it for yourself. And once you're it for like you're it for you, you don't need it anywhere else. And then that's when it all comes in. It's like fuck. I
Yeah.
was the missing piece the whole time. It wasn't lack of love for my parents or lack of support. It was lack of love for self the entire fucking time. And once you
Yeah.
Yeah.
master self love, dude, you can do anything here.
Mhm. And no one can tell you who you are. Oh
Exactly.
man, do people love to tell you who you are?
Uh,
Okay, tell me who I am. I've already told the world. You can't tell anything that I haven't. My name's on public profiles. I've made sure. You want to know my birthday, my address. You want to know all my shit? Like, fine, okay. Do your research. There are intelligent people out there. You can't tell people who that. You can't. Someone that's sure of themselves is the most dangerous to anybody that wants to paint you in a different light or make you think you are something that you aren't.
I think
You
that's why
know?
the ops are really shaking in their boots right now because, you mentioned it earlier, Alex, about like when you fit the description of the narrative that they're painting, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And like when they first target you, it kind of works out that way. I know I was a
yeah.
fucking chaotic wreck, you know.
Downy
I'm sure
Badowny.
shit was hella believable about me a long ass time ago, but
Yeah.
when you like, where was I going with this? The thought just ran out of my head. Um, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But then like you go and you heal and you work on yourself and you learn who you are in the process, you're thrown into pure hell. It's fucking
Yeah.
hell. Everyone's evil, everything's evil, wicked beyond belief, dude. And you're realizing like I would never do this to anybody. What the fuck? I'm not like these people. You
Because you
start
like who you
realizing that you're
are.
the light. Like shit, I would
Yeah.
never. You start realizing who you are and learning how to believe in that and step into that fully. And then people start to see it for what it really is. But you have to see it first. You have to see that
Yep.
you are not the projections and the shadows of everybody else that's been cast upon you your whole life.
Yeah.
And
And
one
they're
of the
trying to
biggest
program you.
challenges, yeah, one of the biggest challenges, one thing that stuck out is like one of the hardest parts that people need to get through is there are going to be people trying to make you feel like the way that you're showing up to protect and defend yourself while raising awareness is somehow inherently proof that you're evil. And like, oh, what they're trying to do is weaponize your showing up to the fight a certain way, right? They are who they are. And then you said, I have to become this to match this energy to hopefully destroy it, right? So then you're slowly becoming into this thing like that. What I'm trying to get at is it can be easy to almost lose oneself in the pursuit of defending and protecting yourself, that you embody something that you aren't truly, meaning like when you have to fight fire with fire, but you're used to being ice, just chill, and all of a sudden you're in fight or flight 24 fucking 7. Not, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm saying specifically 24/7, very aware, fight or flight, reactive abuse, yes, exactly. So like literally, um don't feel guilty for who you had to become and embody to combat. You think people are going to apologize? Like, that's why when you see people going into battle, into war, and they were teachers but they were drafted, they had a life prior to the trauma. Then they showed up to the fight. They had to become something different than they were used to. And now you're looking in the mirror and you're going, they're calling me all these evil things because they intended to make me react to their abuse, though they were fucking pussies about it. And they were real quiet about it and real fucking subliminal about it. But you caught on to it and you said, oh, the fuck, no, you're not. And you spoke loudly and publicly about it. And then they're still in the back throwing bricks, you know what I'm saying? Going, oh, and then they're hiding their hands like they're fucking saints. And they're in the public eye and acting like, oh, not, they're crazy. They're crazy. They just want to see us fail. Those things don't benefit people when, it doesn't benefit any of us to talk about this like this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It would benefit me to just be able to go. You think I couldn't just go try to work a regular job, just fuck off, mind my own business if this didn't happen to me? But it did. And then there was a nope, and everything else stopped.
Right.
Had to be a pretty big event for something like that to take place in a person. You know what I mean? So
I say it all the time. It would be easier to just be fucking crazy.
it really would.
You
It
know,
would be a lot
if
easier.
everything was what they said and I was just a fucking nut, it would be so much easier for that to be fucking true than to actually have to sit in the fact and the truth of, oh, hell no, they're fucking evil. They really fucking do and have been doing and have done and are doing this wicked ass shit to me. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's when you start staying true to who you are. You're not taking the easy way out. Fuck
And
you
when you're
all.
crazy, it doesn't take anyone's convincing. When you're crazy, it's easy as fuck to see to anybody else, right? That something's off here. But if you're speaking properly, and then they twist the narrative. Well, okay, homies. So for the people trying to call us crazy or dangerous or whatever, or yada yada yada, it's like, okay, well, if I was dangerous, we've had a lot of interaction with law enforcement in the last year, a lot on body cam. And it's been one of those things where it's like, they're blatantly like, okay, like this is documented, by the way.
Like we've actually
very
made
obvious,
a lot of cool fucking cops.
Good
dude.
people. Like there's some good ass people out here, right? You can't get painted in a certain way when there are logical minded people. This is how nefariously narcissistic and fucked up in these people's minds and their psychopathy that they're literally going, I can convince anybody of anything. And then they're going to use your ability to overcome as somehow you were the aggressor. So now it's Darvo, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. Okay, now
That's all this is.
you're just, oh shit, they're speaking up for themselves. Now we're going to say everything we ever did for them. Did they ask for it? Oh no, we didn't, did we?
Never.
We didn't ask for a fucking thing, did we?
Never.
I know.
So
I'll create a profile with their face on it and talk shit to a bunch of strangers, so that way it'll hopefully counteract all the truth that they're revealing. So they
I
do
swear
sound
that that's
crazy.
what they were doing to me a long time ago, like doing shit off of a fake page with me
I think
on
it's
it,
still
and then
happening
making
right
it look like I
now.
was doing shit, messaging themselves and all kinds of weirdo
Yes.
shit. The shit they have to do to make us look a specific type of way. The crazy that they fucking are. Them.
Yes.
Yes, they're making 5 accounts, having a conversation literally with themselves, as if
And
they
they're
are
like,
5 other people, as
these
if they're
people are psycho.
right.
I have
And they
mentioned this
stole.
in my freaking shit. The words are running out of my head. I have had talked about this on my social medias, you guys, countless of times about how they have conversations with themselves on different accounts. They'll do it in my comment section, and it's like you just know. You just
Yeah.
fucking know. Like this is the same person making a hate comment, going to a different profile, replying to their
Yep.
own comment as if they're somebody else. It's like you
Yeah.
guys are obvious.
It's
It's
like
crazy,
this. It's like this. We'll go dumbass 1 and dumbass 2. Those are the 2 fake accounts. Dumbass 1. Okay. Yeah, this guy sounds fucking nuts. He must be dangerous or really whatever. Let's just say some dumb shit. All right. Switch over to my other TikTok account, okay? But I totally agree with myself. Wink wink. I'm totally superior to them because I'm hiding behind a fake fucking account with no
2 of
face
them.
because I guess I got little dick energy.
I guess
All
we
right,
better
switch
go
back
make
to number
another
1.
one because we got to make it look real. We got to make it
Yeah.
look like all these people think this about them when really it's just me.
Yep.
Or they'll sit in a
and
group
someone's
with all their fucking friends when they had them, or they'll go to the compound and all be on their phones attacking at the same time, or fucking
Yeah.
set an alarm in your phone and everybody go to their TikTok page at this time and report to get them banned.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like,
make sure
fuck.
you click the alert for the notification so every time they go live, you can drop it and report it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And it's
Dude.
I don't love, but love. How many times our accounts have been banned? Your Facebook account, dude, that whole shit. It's like they're exposing the fuck out of themselves. They're making everything you say look true because they're exposing themselves, trying to silence you, but really they're just showing the world that it's the fucking truth.
Yep, exactly.
Bunch of
exactly.
fucking pussies. What's wrong? Oh, you don't want to stand on what you said now? Go stand on it.
Right?
Yeah.
If you did all these things, why aren't they saying that in your shit? No, you poisoned me, da 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 da. They can't say it because it's not the fucking truth. They'll never say it to you.
Dude, pussies.
They're crazy. They're hiding something. I gave my full birthday, my name, my where I live, check my background. I've had people run backgrounds on me. It's not perfect. It is what it fucking is. But it's like it's funny to me because they're like, they're crazy. They're abusive. We got all these people. No. What you're doing is you're waiting for me to talk shit on somebody that tried to talk shit on me publicly. So I said, nah, fuck you, bitch. I got this. Then they go, pluck. Someone else hates this person because they caught him. All right, let's bring him over to Team Fucking Dumbass on this TikTok account. And then none of them are.
But what's sad is the people that who are genuinely brought in, right? To like who are misinformed and brought in. Just think of like the high that they get thinking that they're getting the tea. How many people literally thought they were getting the tea about me? And it was just hot piss. And it's like, this is going to be such a lesson for people. It's like, this is why you always have to focus on yourself. And again, we got to say, when you keep setting new goals for yourself in the physical, for your physical, and you keep seeing progress of your body, you just looking better and better, you're feeling better and better, you're going to realize that you don't care what anybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care that so-and-so is, you know what I mean? Like, you have confidence in who you are and what you're doing and how you present yourself to the world. And what's something to be said about all of us and anybody else that's being targeted is as much that anybody tried to shit on you and literally tried to fucking remove you, let's be real, okay? You still go out into this world and you treat people how you would want to fucking be treated.
Yep.
And again, that's why it's just like with the autism thing that we said, like everything just ties in because it's like for complete and total control. and then manipulating the masses into thinking this is what's important. So then it's like a trickle effect of everybody needing to sabotage each other to feel like they're most important and whatever.
Also, saying like
Or look better.
for us being like, oh, they're trying to grift or whatever. They're go get a job or whatever. Do you really think that talking about this shit in a 40-foot bus is the best fucking business model, genius? You think like that's a sustainable business model if that's what I was doing? You really think that me talking shit on a phone, right? With like, I've been saying the same thing for years, and not one motherfucker I said it about came out and said anything with their own face. That in and of itself, for anybody logically minded thinking, anybody that's a detective, anybody in law enforcement, anyone that pays attention to a legitimate criminal mind, would go, yeah, that's not adding up. This isn't adding up. Why? What do they have to gain other than, I don't know, their fucking name back?
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's one thing to steal from people and whatever, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I made my mistakes. I talk about it all the time. Like, you know, like it is what it is. Again, like
all humans do. Everybody
even
does.
Right? Everybody's affected by these low vibrational energies. And it's like just coming to a place and realizing it, and just always knowing that telling the truth is what will set you free energetically. And it's like, no matter what you did, come out and tell somebody about it, because when you keep it in, like for our ops, this is gonna haunt them until the day that they die.
Yep.
They won't admit it, but it is.
It's just like absolutely wild.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, it's their turn to be haunted.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying, Taylor. Like it's literally here.
It's here.
Like, you were right when you said it.
You can tell, dude, with the desperation of shit. They look crazy. They look so. We were talking about this episodes ago, like light bulb cameras coming in talking shit. Like, dude,
How
you're
many times
literally
we've
showing your
invited?
ass. You're literally showing the world everything that we've been telling the world. You're putting it right in front for everybody to bear witness to.
Right.
It's so desperate, and you can tell a desperate energy. They smell it. People see it. That's why they're so desperate to try and like cover it up. But you can't cover it up because the sun's here.
Right. And I think this is gonna be what nobody expects, right? Because it's like everybody can call us crazy when we talk about whatever, but in reality, there's way more people that are in secret societies that do these practices, and everybody knows exactly what we're talking about.
And there's no strength in secrecy.
Okay, but here's where the kicker's going to be, right? There's CIA documents on starseeds, witchcraft, all of it. They know who we are. Again, that's why we're being targeted. There's got to be somebody higher up, not only who's righteous, but that's going to know, like, this to bring us justice is going to put them on the map, just like in the astral. You came here and you did that. You know what I mean? Like, when you have all your friends who are involved in this, and it's like somebody's got to be the one to come out with this. And it could be obviously multiple people for different situations, but I know there's somebody that knows exactly.
Of somebody, but I don't know if I want to say it on the internet.
Of somebody specific?
Somebody very specific.
That's up to you, dude.
Intriguing.
But the good karma for them, not only them, but for their bloodline. Like, why aren't you taking this?
I'll text you guys after. That way I'll just text you guys after and we'll talk about it. But I think there's somebody that is very fucking righteous that's also been framed and painted in narratives in this fucking country, that's been framed and attacked, all this shit. But he has power and control in this country right now.
I know what she's going to say.
You know who I'm talking about.
Alex said this a long time ago.
And I think that he is one of them. He's one of us. And I think they just worked really fucking hard to make him look like he's not.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be fucking crazy.
Could be epic.
And it's
Why do you
guys,
think
and
they
it's
stole his shit and rigged his shit that year?
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
he wouldn't sign off on secret government programs. He would
And you know
never.
who I
That's why they
trust?
couldn't let him back in. How many of us
And
were going
Alec.
through our shit during COVID?
Oh, yep.
During
And
COVID,
Ali
how many
Carter.
of us were
Oh,
going through our fucking nightmares?
exact. And like,
Almost all
okay,
of
and it
us. Who was
Ali
in
Carter
it all
office?
fell apart.
and Ali Carter talking about this stuff.
So yeah, we'll talk about
I
it
you know,
later. Maybe we'll bring it up
that's a
next
whole
week.
other thing. Yeah, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'm
Yeah,
really
we're on
feeling
the
it.
same exact page for sure.
Dude.
I think it's coming. Oh my god, my anxiety's been so bad. This whole like, I hate it.
Do you have any magnesium spray?
No, but I have lotion, like cream
Uh,
shit that Alicia made me.
I would try. I would do that. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Or
Let me
anything
shout her out
magnesium
on
or
here.
Epsom salt.
I do have Epsom salt. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Also, that
Magnesium
I want to
tallow
make a
moisturizer, medicinalmom.com. Hit her up.
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna make a card for her too. I'm gonna make a card for our friend Cluckin. Dude, I want to show you this real quick. This is, and I wanted to like find ways to like put obviously you guys and everybody in it. But I'm so glad you just mentioned Alicia because I want to make a card for her too. Like this is gonna be, this is all like the deck, you know. So everything's written out, and yeah, I want to make a card for her too. That way it's like it's almost going to be like it's obviously like I feel like the deck is really good for targeted people because you're going to be able to pull on yourself and see specifically like what you need, herbs, supplements, things like that, Alicia, whatever.
Like literally routing people to other people's businesses, like a like a Tay Lynch card.
Right.
So when you
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
the
yeah.
card, it goes, okay, you need to go check out Tay Lynch.
Somebody that
That's
needs
cool.
like your words.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like
that's
literally.
badass.
Yeah, that's all her, dude.
Like
It's really cool.
yeah, like it's almost like the card is going to be like you have a message for them, so it's going to bring people to you. Then it's like people aren't going to know. Like for Alicia, medicinal mom, and our friend, I almost said Roberta, Tricks. It's
Yep.
people, they're going to be like, oh, and then they go look at their stuff, and this is we're promoting small businesses, entrepreneurs, but it's people who have, it's their wisdom, it's their recipes, it's their, you know.
If that
So
not teamwork makes the dream work, ops. Take notes. You
yeah,
notice how we're not trying to keep each other down,
Uh
but we're all
dude.
winning together.
As you said that, this, I don't know when I wrote
Someone
this,
is
but this
going
was
to
in my
stand up for
notebook.
you publicly.
I just put that was just right here as you were saying that.
Boom.
Dude.
Remember you brought the video up where I duetted you a long time ago? I forgot about that until you mentioned that. But that's what I was trying to tell you then. It's like, you're so fucking brave, dude. You're inspired, you're courageous. And that's why they're fucking mad. And I'm glad you're
Yeah.
finally starting to see that.
Dude, I'm
Because
glad that you
nobody's
said
looking
that.
at you like, this girl's nuts. Because God's bringing you people like you.
Right.
You know what I mean? People that need to know they're not alone. There's like when I
Yeah.
found you, I think the first TikTok video I ever saw, I think you were talking about your underwear being stolen.
From the dryer.
And I was like, fuck, I resonate. Who is this girl? You know, and I went and looked, follow, you know, holy shit, she gets it, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, there was a huge period stain in them. And then, yeah, that's guys, that's living in an apartment building, right? So my clothes are in the dryer. Somebody goes, they know that my clothes are in the dryer. How do they know that? Well, because there's surveillance in my apartment unbeknownst to me, but there's also a camera in the laundry room now, right? So they know when I'm doing laundry. They go to the dryer, they pay off one of the neighbors. They go in, they take something out of the dryer, right? It was either the next day or the day after because I would just come home, do my laundry. Like I literally, dude, it was such a routine. So I put my clothes in the wash, right? I look, make sure that there's nothing in the dryer because I knew I was going to have to, come back in 20 minutes to put them in the dryer. Nothing in the dryer. I come back to put my clothes in the dryer. What do we have here? I open the dryer. Oh, here are I didn't even know were missing period stained shorts. Okay. I literally wasn't even mad. Taylor, they should fucking show that footage of me in the laundry room. I literally was like, aha! I was like, who the fuck did they? Like, I literally was like going crazy, cracking up. And I was like, they think that's funny. Oh,
I
okay. She's
know they're
going back.
so childish, dude. Watching you on the hidden camera, like, I cannot stop laughing at these fucking people. I used
I
to
would,
talk to them, dude, in my house. I just fucking
me
talk shit.
too.
I'd sing songs at them, knowing they were fucking listening to me.
Yeah, anytime
Fuck
I would
yeah.
like do anything embarrassing, I was like, oh, like if I like farted or anything, I'd be like, oh, okay, let's all laugh. I farted. Fuck all of you. Fuck your mother. You're a whore.
Yep. And then, of course,
But
people would always mention shit that was said in the house when I'm home alone, when I'm
thank
talking
you,
shit
Yep,
to them, and
thank you.
somebody else would have to bring it up. And it's like, how'd you know that?
exactly.
But the best is I remember specifically, thank you so much for saying that. I remember I was watching like specific things and coworkers were like talking about it and they were talking about something that I specifically said and I like saw their eyes like looking at me and I just walked by smiling. I already knew what it was. That's the power of God. You're aware, you're calm, and you press on.
Hmm.
And they're just thinking that like they're getting paid and it's like, how much do you guys get paid? What'd you get paid? A
Not
hundred
enough to
dollar gift
ruin their
card to
whole
Walmart?
fucking lives. I guarantee every person that took payoffs to fuck with us are broke as fuck right now, wishing they never would have done it.
They
Bruh.
get a lot
But
Guarantee
they
worse
it. They
than
have
that.
also
nothing
Yeah.
to show
they
for it.
I think it was like and too, it's just like either like Walmart gift cards or whatever, but everybody would show me, like a lot of people, a lot of coworkers making a point to show me the new stuff that they got. Like everybody was always getting new stuff. Everybody was going on multiple vacations a year. I believe we touched on this last time. And people would show me, "Oh, I got a camera in my room." And they would show me like
Yep.
the angle and I'm like, "Okay, so then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, people are literally being compensated and they're watching you like they're being paid to watch you and it's like their own fucked up form of security.
That's what it, yeah,
That's what this is.
yeah, I've caught a few people on that. Yep.
And it's like, wow. And I told you guys about my neighbor that got his shit jacked. Someone that I knew, she used to they were a great couple, super cute, super nice, but she used to work for the apartment building. They kind of looked at me like I had a fucking dick growing out of my head. And then I saw that they saw who I was and they were actually starting to be real like they got nicer and nicer. And then one day I fucking come outside, someone jacked all 4 of their tires from their new car, left their shit on a milk crate. Imagine coming outside, you got no tires. No tires. They had the nicest rims I've ever seen gone. And then so I'm driving away and I'm like, okay, that confirmation. Because at first they would look at me like so confused. And my mom's apartment was like very small and it's like just, and again, for anybody, like, I don't want anybody to like treat my mom any certain type of way. I get that there's things that I probably don't know, but I truly believe that she was, like you said, Taylor, she was meant to break the curse and she didn't. And she's a survivor though.
Yep.
Like
So is
she's
my
been
mother.
abused. They've been abused by demons their entire life. And it's the fact that they can't, like for my mom specifically, face it, like she'll never know the things that she did because she doesn't remember. And
You
then when
will.
like we would try to tell her about it, it was too much to hear. But like now I'm the asshole because I have to publicly speak about it again to help other people. And it's like, no, I'm not saying, hate my mom, she's a bad person. No, she's a fucking survivor. And I think that people really need to just leave people the fuck alone when it comes to satanic rituals. But for her, again, it's a spiritual world. And it's like I can't be around that because I'm being attacked in the spiritual realm. You are a magnet for demons because of how you're living your life. I don't judge you. If you need, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
if you need a reprieve, I get it. You've been attacked your whole life. You're still being spiritually attacked. So the fact that you drink isn't embarrassing to me. And it's like, but this is
Didn't
where
you
we
drink
now,
too at some point? Didn't you kind of drink too? Not excessively like that, but
yeah, no,
didn't
I
you
mean,
like
I
to
definitely
drink?
drank. I drank excessively for sure, but like living in Maine, it was something that is very much normalized, especially in the winter time, because it's like when everybody's, especially for me, bartending and stuff, but like a lot of like snowplow people, like it's like when you're up all night plowing and things like that, it's like drinking really is the thing that everybody just like, and I took it too far. I was being like sabotaged, and the starting of my gang stalking while I was working third shift, waitressing second shift. And this is the targeting thing too. Now that I'm putting it together, I would come into work for third shift, not knowing that they needed people to work doubles. I'd have to work first shift. So I'm like, you're telling me I have to work from 10:30 to 3 in the afternoon the next day. I normally get off at around 7 a.m.
So
I have to
all
work,
night and then
and then I
all
work at
day,
my,
and then you're
thank
laughing,
you.
sleep and shit.
So yeah, so I come in and it's like, oh, they're like, Gaff, you're working first shift tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what? I also have to work at my waitressing job. I also have to come back tomorrow night at 10:30. So it's like the people that targeted me, dude, they took such advantage of me living on no sleep. And when you are, I'm just gonna say this, when you're abusing
34.
the when you're abusing the addies and stuff like that, like you don't, it's almost like with a combination of like weed, it's like I didn't even need, it was like a turned me right back on. So it's like I wasn't sleeping, but it's like I would take like Vivan, smoke a little weed, feel like I'm floating, get out of my waitress job, you know what I mean? Take like a half or whatever, and
That's what I did too. Yeah. Yeah, I was working like 15, 16-hour days. And then every inventory, somebody would always call off just to stress me out because what I'm supposed to work all night long and then work your shift all day. You know what it was always like that. Every inventory day they would intentionally not do their jobs good so that I'd have to clean it up. Dude, they played with me so bad there on purpose and just got the most joy out of it. I was a fucking wreck. And then I was, getting all loaded on fucking methamphetamines. And then I was hooked on Xanax on top of it, that high and that low. So I relate to that too.
none of that's true. And then it's like pointing the finger at everybody else. And like I remember there was one time when I moved in with my mom that she stood outside the apartment and screamed that I was a drunken whore because my mom was pulling in from work. So it's like deciding to do random things like that, that's going to give my mom raging anxiety.
Right.
It's the demon.
Like,
It's an energy siphoning thing.
And
It's
that's
all
it too.
just
Like demons are running the fucking show. This isn't
right.
people in elite
No,
positions. It's demonic forces working through these fucking people in elite
dude.
positions to maintain control and keep us low vibrational and all of this shit. It's powers and principalities. It's not like people are consciously fucking doing all of this shit. It's the fucking evil in this world working through low vibrational energies to keep all this shit under fucking control.
mhm.
Not
Right.
every human is of God, man. There are so many demons,
Driving the vessel,
vessels
yeah.
on this planet.
Dude. And then it's like, people who actually are good people will be influenced, see, hear these people and how they kind of act and like treat other people, see what they have material wise. And everybody's just like, man, like I deserve that. And it's like, no, everybody kind of just gets, and like, it's like everyone's slowly groomed into being not who you're meant to be. We're all being slowly pulled away by all these distractions. And then everybody thinks it's a good idea. Oh, maybe I should join a secret society. Maybe I should do this. And then it's like, again, to the lower level Masons. They're misinformed on purpose because what's going on with the elites is so what the fuck that they're falsely informed. Oh, you want to be a Mason? Do you love God? Do you whatever? Let me just bullshit all these men so I could really give it to them later if we all know what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Like it's like they know what they're doing. They're manipulating us. And again, the people who have the ability to see through the bullshit on the autism spectrum, they're purposely given things that are making them nonverbal, that are just, it's like, it's just the frequency is everything. And worrying about yourself, taking care of yourself, being true to who you are, being true to other people, and just caring about other people. It's like amazing how, like, the way that you helped us and then we like bounce off of each other, and then like the things that just like come out of that. It's like, oh my God.
And that's why it's so important to love you first, because you can only love another at the level in which you've met yourself at. So,
Right.
we're like
So
going through
happy.
targeting and being forced into solitude and having to really learn how to love you first. It's how we raise the vibration of this fucking planet. Because once you love you, you are so fucking unstoppable and you can truly love the world unconditionally, but have those boundaries and not take the abuse and all of the bullshit that the unhealed version of yourself used to tolerate. And then it also inspires the rest of the people to follow your lead. When you shine in your authenticity and you don't give a fuck what people think about you, and you're loving you and you're taking care of you and you're giving to the world, and it's like people admire the fuck out of that.
Yep.
So like God's been setting this up, and we've gone through lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of preparation for such a time as this. It is time.
Yeah.
It is time.
This
What a
is the
great
one.
time to be alive.
Yes. This is the time. And wouldn't you guys agree that like the low frequency, right? Like what the illusion, it's like the low frequency is the veil. And when we raise the vibration, it's pulling it off.
Holy fuck.
Right? That just came to me right now. Yeah. So it's like, it just blows my mind that everybody, I don't know. And there's just going to be so much that comes out from this. Like,
And
we don't
people
even
are
fully
not
know
going
what
to
we're
be ready to
saying.
handle it. It's going to be interesting.
Right.
It's going to be very interesting.
And it's kind of like when they say the Schumann resonance is off the charts and all these things.
Which it has been.
And this is like what the spiritual war is, right? So when you have like the news, you have all these things, it's like push, 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 right? So the frequencies go lower, 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 lower. And then all of us just pinging off of each other, whatever. It's like every day, it's like this. Wouldn't you say that? Like when the Schumann resonance is off the charts, it's probably because we're all evolving, shit's happening, and people who are way higher up than we are see what's happening, and they're like, go, go, go. So it's like,
but it's definitely it's off the charts right now in ways that like historically hasn't been documented before. I mean, just a couple nights ago, Ash and I saw shooting stars within minutes of each other separately. I saw one on one side, she saw one on the other side within 2 minutes. Something, I mean, just these.
And you guys already know what I wish for.
Wild stuff is coming down the pipeline, and there's going to be a lot of, hey, I was bold enough to tell everybody around me that thought it was crazy and laughed at work that what was going to happen in the future.
Yep.
We've been embodying it for over a year now. I looked back and I was like, my track record, I'm looking back and I'm like, anytime I told someone I could accomplish something and I set my mind to it, I did it. And then there was no doubt anymore. This is no different. Speak it into existence now. Say you're going to do it. And then you are going to look back and go, I was that bitch then. I was that motherfucker then.
Dude, and he told me he did the same. I told everybody and their mother, Taylor, you will see me on the news.
Yep.
And the coworkers would make fun of me. Bro, they would make fun of me. I would go in, moving guys would be like, oh, Gaff, still haven't seen you on the news yet. And I'm like, you just fucking hold on, fuck stick.
Hold on to that pride.
You just fucking wait, bitch. And my uncle would like literally be in the background, like side-eyeing me. And I'm like, I would say it on purpose. He probably thought I had no idea that he was involved. Bitch, I knew the whole time. I knew all y'all were involved the whole fucking time.
Ditto.
And I have to do what's best for everybody. I can't keep a secret to protect everybody that wanted me dead.
Yeah,
now you get what you give. And what you wanted for me is exactly what is on its way to you right now.
Yep.
And this is for everybody. Anybody that's being targeted, anybody that has poisoned you, anybody that has done anything, anybody that's laughing at you, you will have the last fucking laugh.
So yeah, whoever's watching at any point in the future or present tense that does not have any of our best interest at heart and they want to go report back, enjoy posting this on your shitty dick pages without your face or any kind of anything beyond that.
Right.
Enjoy the show, sweeties, because it's about to pop the fuck off in ways you could never have predicted. Okay? This is our time, not yours. Everybody that did nefarious shit in the background, you had your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you relished in it. Because it's not working anymore. None of us are putting up with this bullshit anymore. I hope you can deal with the public fucking humiliation the way that you intended for everyone else.
Right.
Because we took ownership and accountability of the shit that we are going through, right? We made it very obvious as to how, and very transparent as to what's going on in our lives. And that's how it's going to pop off. Like you guys, anybody that wished ill will, God saw it. You might not believe in God. Tough shit. He sees what you're doing. Okay. It's been seen. It's been documented, period. You can laugh all you want. You know, this is our time. This is, you know, Earth's time to evolve, to vibrate higher. This is way bigger than us. There's going to be people seeing these kinds of videos decades from now.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, I don't give a fuck what I look like to anybody else. There's gonna be a kid I'm reaching right now. I'm reaching somebody that's going through shit right now, 100 years from now. That's the person I want to reach. I don't give a fuck about any of this other nonsense. You can call me whatever you want to. I know who I am. I know what my intention is. I know where my heart is. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if I look, sound, act a certain way that brings distaste into your palate. I'm not meant for you. Okay. You can keep it moving. I'm here for the motherfuckers that gain inspiration from preaching the truth and saying what it is. You will witness their karma. Oh,
it was at the bottom of the deck. I just grabbed the whole deck out of my drawer. And go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to show that and then
no, that's what it is. It's gonna be. I know that there's people watching right now. I know somebody's watching right now laughing like they're the one winning.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're doing hard less to lower your self-esteem. They want to break your fucking. They know, and like I gotta say this. Am I the only one that thinks this? Like, I look at you two like you're fucking courageous as fuck, dude. I don't see how anybody can look and be unless they're involved in doing what they're doing to you, but anybody else, it's like you guys are so courageous day in and day out. You're fucking baking in a bus. Like there's nothing about what you guys do that makes you look any specific type of way other than like bold and brave and fucking courageous and inspiring as a motherfucker.
Thank
and
you.
the only people that want to say anything to like jab at you or break that spirit is people that are fucking mad because that is how you look.
And they're intimidated.
Yes.
That's like the sheriff telling me that I was a loser.
Yeah, dude, you're a fat fuck in a truck doing jack shit for the world.
The fact that you just said that, a sheriff literally, like, who I made contact with 3 separate times, right? Like, could it have been a gang stalking tactic? I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it wasn't. Let's all put that piece together. But we made contact like 3 separate times. And I think I talked about this, but basically the 3rd time, he literally said, he's like, you know what I see? He's like, you know what I think when I see a bus like that? And I was like, he was like, that it looks like a junkie bus. And I was like, honey, you are aware that I don't do any drugs, right? Just because we live in an alternative lifestyle, that makes me a druggie. And it's like, I'm sorry. Like you and Alex was like, he literally just admitted to you that he stereotypes.
Yeah, literally, 100%. Like, okay,
Like, what the
I
fuck?
fucking like we're drinking spirulina, putting baking soda in our water. We brush our teeth with hydrogen peroxide.
It's
Like, the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he verbatim called me a nobody.
yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, there,
Big
Chief. You have a
projection.
nice day.
Big
He was like,
projection.
well,
Anybody that loves and values themselves wouldn't bring anybody else down, even if they did think that, dude. And look,
Exactly.
it fell off. I didn't even mean to. Trying hard to lower your self-esteem. Just trying to
Yeah.
make you feel like shit about yourself. If
Yeah.
they can break your confidence, you will never be anything.
Exactly. So
That-
don't ever.
And that's what they try and attack the fucking most.
that's why they go for the looks.
Yeah. Oh, just real quick, everybody. Our phone's at 20%, and we don't have any more battery beyond that. So just let everybody know, just in case
Something happened.
if it were to like, you know, nothing bad happened. It just batteries at like 20% right now.
All right.
Just to let you guys know.
Well, we can end it. We'll come back next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was wow.
This was good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Wow.
I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah, we love you.
Proud of you.
You look like fucking badass motherfucking warriors of God out there making change in this world. That's what you
Thank
look
you.
like. Nothing
You
less.
too. Thank you. And thank you to everybody that doesn't like us also, by the way. We want to say thank you because you've really showed us who we are and that we have to love ourselves. So that's a positive.
Dude.
I will say the positive. Those that don't like us taught us to love ourselves. So thank you for that. Probably, yeah, it was a little bit of a plot twist you probably didn't suspect was going to happen, but
Yeah, that you don't need anybody to like you, and realizing who you are,
Yep.
and how much, again, how much you can take and keep moving forward.
period.
You are limitless, and you will blow your own mind when you see what you are actually capable of. And it's the ones that fucking you never expect that'll put you in a position that's actually for your benefit, and that was never the intention, but
Yeah.
that's their lesson now. All of this is their lesson, and we literally, guys, we're in the chapter already. The officials know what they did. The officials are writing the warrants. The officials are taking these people away because they know. I mean, come on. They're like, we got to, guys, save yourselves. You know what I mean? You have the power to make this right. Make it right. And that's that.
That's the
Yep.
thing too, dude. Before we go, they're all gonna turn on each other to save their own asses. Are you fucking
they already
kidding me?
have.
You know, they recruited
already
in all these
have.
people that they don't even like each other. I can't
Yeah.
get this out of my head, dude. Like they recruited my in-laws, recruited in my ex-boyfriend, my junkie, convict, felon ex-boyfriend, and worked with him. Like it logically made no sense. Like that, it was so confusing to me, you know, but I knew what I saw. I knew what I was seeing.
Right.
Like, you're fucking involved in this shit. But anyways, where
Yep.
I'm going with this, it's like they wanted to be so fucking greedy and so selfish and all of this shit, and then betray the one genuine, loyal, unconditionally loving person in the worst
That's it.
ways. They better be prepared that they are getting double fucking crossed, sold out, and backstabbed 10 times worse because they
1, 2,
chose
3,
to work
4,
with
you
all
said
these
that.
fucking people just like them.
Yep.
They're
Exactly.
just as assholeish, just as selfish, just as greedy, just as self-serving as all y'all. And if they had worked with us, we're the one person that would have never sold them out, the one person that would have never betrayed them. We are the ones that would have fucking had their back till the end. And yet we're the
Literally.
ones they
Yep.
tried to eliminate. So,
But it's literally, and they're gonna have that moment. This is how so and so felt. That's what God's making sure is gonna happen. That they're
Yep.
gonna think of you, and they're gonna be like, "This is how I made them feel."
yeah,
That's,
their
you
own
know what I mean?
parents, their
Yeah.
own sisters, their own children are all gonna turn on them. All gonna
Intentions
fucking rat,
returned.
all gonna fucking testify, all gonna take fucking deals. Oh yeah. And they gotta
Yep.
sit in it.
Yep.
You want to stab swords in people's backs, you're gonna get sword stabbed in yours. You get what you
Right.
give.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Next
I
week.
love
We
you.
love you.
All right.
Okay. Text me if you need me.
All right.
All right. We'll see everybody next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.